Les interviews du doc. C'est maintenant sur Vinyl Time.
There we go.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sound check vocals.
How are you?
I'm really happy to speak with you, Rickey. It's a huge pleasure to see you right now because I follow you since I was a young kid. So you look like my father now because I listen your music since Blackfoot, of course, and what you create with Lynyrd and so on and so on. So each time it's a great pleasure. Last time I see you on stage was, of course, in France, but I remember the different shows that you have in Sweden with Blackfoot long time ago.
Right.
That was a great pleasure. So each time I say, this guy is crazy, I would like to speak with him. So today, it's like a birthday for me. So thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
Well, it's my pleasure, and it's an honor to speak with you. You know, I've had a long time association, you know, with Europe.
Yeah.
And I have such fond memories.
Yeah.
Of touring over here.
Yeah.
And still have a lot of great friends. And you know what? It's a pleasure to be back here, you know, over here playing. And of course, yes, I'm much older now, but
no.
You know, I just it's really incredible though, because, you know, I turned 75 this year, and it really makes you reflect, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't believe, you know, that I'm still in this music game.
Yeah.
And but you know what? I find it very humbling and very extraordinary that I've had the success that I've had with not just one Southern band, but two Southern bands. Pardon my throat. And I don't know, my friend. I look at it as an extraordinary gift, and I'm feel very blessed and fortunate.
Yeah.
And you know, what can I say?
Yeah. So, by the way, Rickey, thank you so much again to take a couple of minutes to discuss the new live CD with coming vinyl, Blu-ray, DVD, and so on. Speaking about Gary, of course, because it's one of these live is around a tribute to Gary. And of course, we have to speak about coming again in France. You cannot fly since 2019. What a long time. Wow.
Well, you know, going back to that, you know, time period, Gary was already experiencing serious heart issues. And he finally, you know, we had COVID, the whole pandemic thing, which shut us down for like 15 months.
Yeah.
We had a tour of 65 shows booked for 2020. And when it shut us down, I mean, we really thought, are we ever going to be able to go back out and ever be able to play again?
Yeah.
I think a lot of bands did. When we cranked back up at the beginning of the summer of 2021, Gary called. We had already played a couple of shows, and we played a festival in Florida, and then that was our first show back. Then we played another couple of shows. In fact, we did a special show a couple of nights at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, Texas. And Gary struggled those 2 nights. I saw him grabbing at his heart, and it really frightened Johnny and I. So at that point, we thought, well, oh boy. So Gary finally called Johnny and myself and expressed to us that he thought that he could no longer carry on and tour with the band. Well, understand, we had made the announcement that the band was bidding farewell, but bidding farewell to long touring schedule. We were still going to go out and play shows, but just for, on special occasions, special events. But Gary called and said, I can't go out anymore. But he made Johnny and I promise. He made Johnny and I promise to never let the music die with him. He made us promise that we would always carry on the legacy and the integrity of the music, because it was meant to be played, and millions upon millions of fans counted on it. Now, after Gary passed, before he did, we had been going out and we got Damon Johnson in the band. Damon had been a friend of ours, especially me, ever since the early 90s, when he first was in Brother Kane.
Yeah.
And so Johnny called me up and said, Rickey, can you think of anyone that could, come in and step in for Gary, that could play those parts, the sound, just like Gary? And I said, Johnny, I only know of 2 people. One, I don't think would do it because he's already extremely busy. But the other one, I know for a fact, could come in and do what you're asking. And he says, well, who is it? And I said, Damon Johnson. And Johnny went, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? And I said, well, that's what you got me for. Yeah. So I called Damon. Damon was shocked, and to say the least. And so I told Damon, I said, Damon, you got to come in and you got to play these songs just like Gary would. And he goes, I got it. He came in, we did 3 days of rehearsal. We were on the road. That's and all. We never looked back.
It sounds great, because I see some video right now, of course, and I see that the band is look like a new one. In fact, it's a new history, new beginning of something. I think this part of this tour is clearly to don't forget the Lynyrd Skynyrd since the beginning, and it's a real long journey. And now it's look like some friend playing some good songs.
Well, what was really interesting about recording when we played the Ryman, Gary had been coming in and out, playing every once in a while. He would show up in a city when he was able. He would show up and get up on stage and play Alabama and Freebird. And so it just happened. He wanted to be in Nashville, and he wanted to join us on stage, playing those 2 songs. Well, we had already decided to film, and we were so happy that we got it on film because short time after that, he passed away.
And in meantime, on this live recording, you have a lot of invites. We have the new French guy called Marcus King, who is playing a lot, John Osborne, Brent Smith, Jelly Roll, and of course the brothers of Donny Van Zandt. I speak with Donny and Johnny a couple of weeks ago with this last release of Johnny and Donny, but it's a great place.
Yeah.
A lot of good friends playing on stage with you.
Well, you know, for instance, Jelly Roll was just coming onto the scene and really exploding. I had heard very little of him. And from the moment we met him, he was so humble. He did a phenomenal job of doing Tuesdays Gone with Johnny. And the rest of the guys, of course, Brent had already done Simple Man with Shinedown. And then Marcus came in, slayed it. What an incredible guitarist.
Yeah.
Donnie came in, did Red, White, and Blue with us.
Yeah.
And we had John Osborne of the Brothers Osborne country group come in, played MCA with us. And you know what, man? It just turned out to be one of the best live recordings we've ever done. And we're just so happy about it and so proud about it. And we hope everybody, you know, will go out and pick it up, especially because it being Gary's last show.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's going to be really amazed at how it sounds. It sounds incredible.
Yeah.
So,
you're right. And I hope a lot of people discover again this fantastic life, because it's celebrating 50 years, Rickey. It's a very, very long journey. Huh? Not a lot of bands have 50 years. I speak, for example, with Scorpions, we're turning 60 years, but that's crazy, in fact, because when we speak about the history of Lynyrd Skynyrd, the band still here. We have so different lost, of course, in this year, but the band, the energy, the feeling, everything, it's coming for the fans right now, because a lot of people wants to hear some this song. It's really difficult for you, Rickey, to maybe to give the same energy year after years and provide what the fan wants, because the fans wants to listen Sweet Home Alabama, Freebird, and some other good stuff. But you have so many good songs. It's so difficult to change a set list right now. It's crazy.
well, you know, it is with this band, it is all about the music. Those iconic songs.
Yeah.
Johnny and I, of course, Johnny's been with the band at the front helm for his brother. Johnny owns it. He's been there 37 years. I've been there 2 times back in the early 70s for 2 years as a drummer, and then rejoined in end of 95 going into 96.
Yeah.
And I've been there almost 30 years. Almost 32 years.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny and I look at this like Gary handed the baton off to us. And we don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Look, the way I look at it personally, I feel like if, you know, Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. And one more question, personal, before we speak about the show in Paris, Rickey. I'm pretty sure maybe you have a time to coming back with one records called Rickey Medlocke playing some songs and something like that. Do you have planned somewhere a new records only with the songs and idea of Rickey? Because I'm a huge fan of your music since I was so young. I would like to listen more songs coming from you with your particular feeling and so on. It would be great to record something right now because, as you know, it's time flying, and it would be great to hear some new songs coming from you only.
Well, you know, I put 2 songs out last year.
Yeah.
And I plan on doing more. I've got a busy schedule, of course, for this year.
Yeah.
But toward the end of the year, I'm back in the studio. And even Johnny and I are talking about bringing out songs that Gary had a big part of in writing, and doing another, we'll see, maybe doing another Lynyrd Skynyrd record.
Oh,
we'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
So both of us, you know, with this new one that's just coming out, it came out on the 27th. And with it just coming out, we've got a lot to do right now. And you know what? But stay tuned, because we got a lot more music left in us to bring out.
It's a good news. So I'm stay tuned. Rickey, before we ending, few words about the new coming back of Lynyrd Skynyrd in Paris, 10th of July. I think a lot of fun waiting this coming back since so long time. You play last time one time in Hellfest, and
yes,
in 2015. 10 years. Wow. We have to wait so many times to see the band everywhere, but I know that the COVID period was really shit for a lot of bands and so on. What we can explain for this?
Well, we have put together a long set. We're breaking out old familiar songs, deep cuts, a lot of stuff that people hasn't heard from us in an awful long time.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to really love what we bring forth. And the energy's up.
Yeah.
And the energy's there. And capped off by Freebird.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think people are going to enjoy it.
I'm pretty sure. So Rickey, thank you so much for your time. I know that tonight it's Munich in Germany. You have a long tour in Germany before you coming back in France. So Munich tonight. So
yeah, man.
Cross finger for the show tonight. Of course, see you very quickly right now in France with a lot of stuff, lot of energy. And again, thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
Hey,
Rickey,
thank you, my friend. It was a pleasure and an honor, and thank you for having me.
And see you very soon again and again and again.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.